Good afternoon. Welcome to Words of Wisdom. Thank you so much for joining me. I am loving today. I've had a really wonderful day out and about with family. It's been really beautiful. We went on a boat. We went over to a beautiful island. I bought myself some little trinkets, some little bits, and I picked up a beautiful white feather right in my pathway on my way back up from the beach. It was just amazing, absolutely beautiful. So we've had a good day. So I came back and I thought, right, I felt like I wanted to do a reading. I felt like it was definitely something to do with how I felt when I was on the island. So I felt very empowered. It was a monk's island, so all of my things that I picked up, I just felt very peaceful. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I thought to myself, what is it that we are going to talk about today? And it was about, I don't know, the fact that this timeline, the fact that we've got all this energy that's happening ready for the 8-8 portal. So Hecate's spell came to me, and I've got it here. It's Reclaim Your Power Across All Timelines. This is what we will start with today. I have got the Quantum Oracle. I have also got the Cosmic Insights cards, and I have got my Witch's Tarot, Everyday Witch Tarot. So we're going to see what comes out. We've also got our beautiful runes, as we always do. I hope that you are enjoying what you see in my readings. If anything resonates, please make a comment. Let me know, or just just say you like it. It's so lovely to be able to share this blessing with you guys, and I really value that. So I sit at this magic table and I feel the energy start creating something special, and that's so nice for me to be able to share with you guys. So let's start. Here we go. Thank you, Spirit. I ask that whoever needs to hear this today alongside myself, we can get the guidance that we ask for. So Hecate's Reclaim Your Power Across All Timelines, my friend. Through every portal across all time, I call back my power. It's fully mine. Activate my gifts as the shadows fall. With unshakable strength, I rise above all. To those who harm, control, or bind, erase their trace from space and mind. Unravel their schemes, let their powers decay. Their darkness dissolved and swept away. By earth below and skies that burn, by shifting tides, my powers return. This spell is cast, my light expands, I reclaim my life with open hands. As above, so below, as within, so without, so mote it be, and so it is. Thank you. So that is from the spell book today, our beautiful spell. Hecate. Hecate is all about, very much about power and feeling your feminine power, your masculine power, feeling powerful in yourself. And you only get to that point when you really accept and surrender to trust and faith in your journey, trust and faith in your higher self, and knowing that what you're hearing, what you're being guided with, is all to do with the growth within you, so you can become that better version of yourself. That's what it's all about. Okay, so let's ask our lovely runes who is with us today. All right. Very good, very good. This morning we had Jira that came out in my reading on TikTok. There it is there. And we have Jira back. Jira is on the table with us now. The runes. We've got 4 runes and we've got 2 main cards. I'll just read to you what the Jira card says. It's the results of earlier efforts are being realized. A time of peace and happiness and a fruitful season. It can break through stagnancy, hopes and expectations of peace and prosperity. Beautiful. So we have our magical unicorn that is on the table for us, and we also have our lotus flower. So again, the balance. The fact that it will flower and seed is about a seasonal situation. It could be anything like that. Magic is on our table, my friends. So let's have a little look what else we have. We have got our, is it Perthrow? Anyway, we have our P. We have Jira, our beautiful Jira. We have P. We've got back to Othala, been on our table for a few days now, and Manaz, been on our table for a few days now. So very interesting story that it keeps coming back, something here. So if you see this and it resonates, let me know. But I just hope that it does resonate for you. We'll read what our runes are saying to us straight away, first of all. So let's find the P. Our P, look. I will read Jira to you from the book as well, because there's a bit more detail sometimes. Right, so it's a P, but it's called Wunyu. Wunyu. So it's joy, happiness, harmony, bliss, happy relationships, well-being and success. Is a very positive rune. So beautiful positive rune. We have magic on the table. It's a beautiful positive rune. It literally translates as joy. So any difficulties and situations are resolved. Well, Jira says the same thing. So this is a very interesting start to our reading today. It's about, optimism being renewed. It's about experiencing a feeling of being truly blessed by the higher realms. What did I say to you? Here I am on my table with my little bits that I picked up on the island. Look, let me show you. There we are. And then I put down some beautiful little wooden love hearts that I picked up in the wedding I was at the weekend. And of course I have my lovely white feather. So absolutely all about being blessed. Bliss and harmony are present. Okay. And we're taking a balanced approach to life. Of course we are. Yes, we've got our lotus flower, all about the balance to life. It's associated with happy relationships, so you might be enjoying the company of others. I went with my family from far away today, which was beautiful. We had a really lovely day, beautiful lunch, spent some really quality time together. It could be about deepening friendships or even a romance that can be successful, whether it's beginning or whether it's more established. So very beautiful magical uses. Fulfillment, success, well-being, raising at vibrational frequency, harmonious relationships of all kinds. Very, very nice on the table. And let's read the book Jira, because it's okay. Yeah, Jira. It's similar to excuse me, my goodness me, bless me. It is about a harvest, seasonal year, which is ever turning. It's a seed that's planted in spring, must be given time to grow, and results is it's time for the harvest. So we're moving into our summer season, all about the new, the difference, the change, expansion, all right, growth cycles. Fertility can indicate marriage. So if we've got relationship on the table, I have put my love hearts down. So someone here is looking for some love and maybe have just met someone or about to meet somebody. Definitely on the table for us, my lovely. It symbolizes a union of opposites, dawn and dusk, meeting points, night and day. It could be about warm days of autumn, cold days of spring. You are who you are because of the lessons life has taught you. I love that. That is amazing. And of course we have Othala, who, as we know, has been around for a couple of days. There she is. Heritage, tradition, ancestral property, inheritance, family ties. Again, family. And I just said to you, I've been with my family all today. So this is very prevalent for me. But it's about those traits, those beliefs, those habits and influences that you carry from your family of origin, from your growing up days, okay? From, birth, really, and how you grow up and what have you. However, often it's about, maintaining a status quo, but you have to change sometimes. You have to distinguish where there might be things that you don't hang on to anymore. And it's interesting, that's exactly what we were talking about in our spell today. So yeah, absolutely. And Manaz is here on our table as well with us. And Manaz is the humankind rune, as we know. So it's all about that inner self, that perceived place, how you feel within yourself and perceive yourself in the outer world. It's maintaining awareness, checking in with yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually, responding to your circumstances in the right way. It can also symbolize assistance from others, support, especially if you're in a common situation with somebody. You know, it's very interesting how on our spiritual journey we meet like-minded people. We call in like-minded people. We connect with like-minded people because they understand our spiritual journey. Anyway, so it's a help and cooperation from others, increase mental agility, improve memory, promote harmonious relationships, and it can also be success in legal and academic issues. So my friends, that is on the table for us today. Let us now go to our Quantum Oracle cards and see what the message is for us. I'm just going to have to take a bit of a sip of water. I don't know if this Palo Santo is very strong, but my nose seems to be running, so I don't know what's going on. I'm very sorry, but and I even had a sneeze, so something was clearing. That was very interesting. So Spirit, please, if you could help me and my lovely viewer here. What is on the table for us today? What is it on this day of this powerful energy for the portal? What are we being guided with? We've had our beautiful runes, and let's get some confirmation with our cards of exactly what we're saying. Beautiful runes. Absolutely. You know, new beginnings, new starts, definitely happening. Relationships, love is on the table, as we know. So we're going to have some very beautiful cards coming out now for us. Okay, Spirit, I'm asking what could be coming for us this week from today. What is the guidance? Ready for our 8-8 portal. Okay, very interesting. Let's ask for one more card, please. One more card. Seeing as we've got 4 runes, we'll ask for 4 cards. And that will balance that very nicely, thank you. Maybe not. Maybe we're not going to get any more cards. I can ask. I just mean to say that that's what they want to show us right now. All right. Okay. There is nothing more. Okay. Fine. So we have got a milestone on the table. Beautiful. Doing something right. We have courage in reverse and we have family in reverse. Isn't it funny how we were talking about family and courage? So we have courage and we have family in reverse and we have a milestone. I feel like I want to do this with the cards. I'm not sure why. It feels like it needs to come to this point as the milestone. But anyway, let us have a little look and have a little read. So the first one is family and it's number 2 and it's people in reverse. So let's have a little look and see what it is that we are being guided with in terms of people in reverse. Receiving this card reverse could reveal some problems in a relationship with one or more of the children in your life. It may just be a temporary block in communication or could be a more painful severing of the relationship. Let yourself vent your feelings in your journal or with supportive friends and family, but don't give up hope. Pray for the authentic happiness of everyone involved and ask the angels to bring peace to the hearts and minds of all. And it is on page 111. Some personal problems may also be coming to the children in your life. There could be relationship issues or financial concerns for older children or behavior or other issues for the youngsters. Do what you can to help, but don't lose yourself in the process. Your loving care and attention can only help them if you maintain your balance. So we had that idea of status quo, didn't we? With Othala. Very interesting. Finally, if you've been trying to get pregnant or have a family, this card reverse could portend a delay in your plans. Let go of your striving and desperation and create a joyous attitude in your own heart and daily life. The child that needs your attention now is you. All right? So, very interesting. It is about that inner child that needs attention right now. And I'll share something else with you. When I was doing the Hecate spell, the one next to it that I wrote was the spell to heal childhood traumas. So I think that will be a very soon reading for my wonderful collective. Someone needs to hear it. Okay, energy, courage. Let's have a little look. Energy, courage, in reverse, taking a risk. So when it's reversed, it puts you on notice that there is or soon will be an important situation that calls for you to step out of your comfort zone. This may seem frightening to you and you may have been avoiding it for a while. But the time has come for you to challenge yourself. In fact, this card reverse may require no less than a radical action. The action you need, this is really coming on to me now, to take could demand a deep shift within the logistics of your life, like getting a new job or even an entirely new career. On the other hand, there may be more personal change required of you. Immense courage is needed to let go of addictions, such as drugs, drinking, gambling, or overeating, but you have the power and the courage within you to take significant action now. Such choices are truly life-changing. Although the battle you're waging may be with yourself, it is well worth the effort. The affirmation, I have the courage and strength to navigate any situation. I affirm my power and I trust my own resourcefulness. So that is a very interesting concept there. I'm not going to give you any stories what it might, I think it's very obvious. You know, sometimes with status quo, we stay in our comfort zone. So I think this is just talks to the fact that, you know, you need to have the courage for change now. We're working towards that 8-8 portal, stepping through that portal, letting go or changing something before you do so could be the making of you, because we've got this milestone card. And the milestone is acknowledgement and celebration. So there's you may be enjoying a big excursion, a destination, a wedding, conference honoring success in business. The milestone card could reveal something even more immediate and important for you, though. You're ready to establish a new milestone in your life, a milestone of choice. So, you know, sometimes when we are with family, sometimes our family can, in the best way in the world, not even to be horrible or anything, but they might not actually value something that you're doing and might not give you the best advice. That could be just something about that as well. But on the other hand, we did have with our rune where we had our family, where we would be able to get guidance from them and what have you. So perhaps there's somebody that you're not valuing yourself in your family who could help you with whatever it is that you are perhaps battling a little bit with in terms of moving forward. And you need the courage, you need to hear from somebody, and maybe that's what is the guidance for you. So take what resonates, really. It might be that you wanting to start school or quit some personal pattern like smoking, drinking, or other self-sabotaging behaviors. And of course, that's exactly what we had in our runes. The idea is you are brought up with the traits, behaviors, patterns that you are because of your family of origin. And sometimes to get out of that can be a huge problem, you know, a culture problem. And it takes a lot of courage to step out of that and come forward and become something else that you are hoping to be. But these changes would be major milestones for you, but you are ready. And this card is telling you that the time is now to celebrate your power And Hecate's spell was all about power. And even our runes talk about power. So, my friend, that is the message on the table with the oracle cards. Let us see, actually, before we go to our tarot, let's ask our cosmic insights if they could give us a little bit more detail in terms of what this what this situation is that we need courage for. Oh, let's have a little look. Okay, well, it's something that you need courage, or you will get courage for, you will get help with, because yes, the luck is on your side. It is time for this milestone. It is time for it. You've been bewitched by a love spell. Right, so we could go back to the idea of love and a situation with love. It could very well be that your family situation, I don't really even want to say this because I just don't even, but it could be something to do with a cultural situation, and you want to be with somebody that you feel is, you've got a love spell that's, they've trapped you, feel like you are bewitched in some way. They really, you know, but you see what it is, it's your heart, it's your higher self telling you, right? It's time. It's time for you to make this change. It's time for you to make this move. Luck is on your side. We've got our beautiful unicorn on this table as well, which brings lots of magic and luck. Okay, and we had this Wunyo rune, which is all about luck. Okay, everything is going to be okay. Everything will be okay. So if you are battling with a family situation, you're feeling like, you know, you need that courage. You need to, it's time. It is the time. You need to communicate about it. Talk to the person. I don't know why I'm telling you this. This is crazy because I'm just hearing it. But there's something you're not talking about. Now, it's about communication. And underneath, we've also got sexuality. Someone is trying to figure themselves out. So, my friend, if you feeling it, this has just taken a turn. If you are feeling called, know, okay, that you have the courage to change. I'm hearing legacies, family legacy, traditions. It's you that has to do it, and you are being called to do it. Luck is on your side, okay? Compromise, forgive, and work it out. Something with the family, someone in the family, something that you need to include in your family. You take it as it resonates, but you will find that courage. You will find that courage to go through this, because it is the right time for you. So have that communication. Whatever this is for you, okay, you need to be able to talk about it, open up about it, find that person in your family that can help you, that you can trust, that won't judge you, I'm hearing. If it's somebody that you can talk to about this idea of this person that you love, you need to do that as well. All right. Okay, I'm going to keep that card up because I feel like that really was a very important message for somebody here. It really, really was. All right, Spirit. Let's see what else our tarot can tell us about this situation that is on the table. All right, so on the table we've got the Two of Swords and the Three of Wands. The Two of Swords and the Three of Wands. Now let's just look at the Two of Swords first. We know with swords are all about hitting the mark, isn't it? Cutting through things. All right, swords. And this witch is blindfolded and she's throwing the swords. She's still hitting the bullseye. Okay, so that's a good thing. She's also got her crow, and her crow is about intuition. So she's hearing things, seeing things without being in the 3D. These two eyes, it's her intuition is guiding her, is telling her where to go, where to throw that sword to hit that bullseye. We've also got then the Three of Wands, okay? And you can see here very clearly on the threes. Threes are all about magic. Threes are going to be change. We'll read these cards, but it looks very promising, very confident. Yeah? All right, let's have a little look. Let's have a read of our Witch's Tarot. So the Two of Swords, first of all. So let's remind you then about twos, our relationships, okay? And let's remind you about threes as work, teamwork, creativity. So whatever this story is, okay, it's about a relationship. Take it as it resonates, okay? You're feeling very called to it. You feel like bewitched. You feel like it's really, and you're changing something to do with the situation. Communicate it, talk, compromise, find an answer, find a way. And we know that threes is teamwork and creativity. So creatively, what can you do? How can you bring it about? You know, sometimes this idea with the runes was about, well, if it's always been done like that, I've got to do the status quo. But times change. Remember I said that. So things change. And we do need to go with the change. And this is what's indicated on the table today. And of course, we know that twos are very much about relationships. So when we think about our swords, it's communication. When we think about our wands, it's our passion, our desires, our projects. Anything here that you really, I'm going with passion and desire because it's right next to love spell. That's where I've put it. I'm going with this communication because this communication has been put on the top line here next to family and courage. There's something here you need to talk about. Okay, communicate it, my friend. Communicate it. So, I don't think there's anything else that we need to say on this, really. Maybe I could get a dream card message for us. Let's ask the dream cards for a message. No, I'm not. I'm going to ask our Witch's Tarot how. To help us a little bit more in the how, because I know sometimes when we feel a little bit stuck, we had the advice of the family, but let's ask the tarot cards to give us a bit more detail on communication, on the how can we, what can we do, please, Spirit, in terms of this communication that is going to be very important to us. Oh my goodness me, we're not going with that many. I'm sorry, Spirit. All right. We have these three, which I'm taking because they make sense. And there's Justice on the bottom. So we'll leave Justice as well. That's an important card. All right. We have the High Priestess. And it's funny how we did a spell by Hecate. The High Priestess is your feminine energy, is the highest intuitive person, our High Priestess. So when we think about creativity of the Three of Wands, we're thinking about, okay, how can we do it? Remember the Two of Swords, we saw very clearly. She can't necessarily see. She's listening to her intuition. So the High Priestess has come out for that reason, okay, to help us with that. High Priestess. So let's have a little read of our High Priestess. Number 2. Seek knowledge from within and without. All right, so the High Priestess represents both ancient wisdom and current knowledge. She's a very wise woman who ever lived, and every matriarch who ruled over her family's kitchen table. You can probably learn a lot from her, but you have to be looking for the answers in order to get them. And you have to be willing to deal with the truth when you get it. Life is rarely black and white, and neither is whatever you will learn. The High Priestess represents deep wisdom. Sometimes that wisdom comes from outside of us, and sometimes it comes from within. But it rarely just lands in our laps accidentally. This card encourages you to embrace your own power, inner wisdom, knowledge, and pursue such things outside of yourself. So you will need this courage right now to do that. Okay? I'm being told. The High Priestess card in a reading may represent you, or it may indicate that there's someone you can turn to for help. So a mentor, an elder, or someone you respect in your spiritual community. And it's very funny how that's exactly what I was talking about, how we go with like-minded people. All right? So you are still, don't expect this person to just hand you the answers. You are still going to have to do the hard work for yourself. Be aware of looking at things as being black or white, right or wrong. Life is rarely that simple. Sometimes you have to accept that you can't know everything right away. And then we got the Hangman. So the Hangman, as we know, is all about patience. Is all about waiting for the right moment. Is all about learning something new. All right, let's have a little look what it says here. Just because you haven't moved in ages doesn't mean you're stuck. Oh, wait. Yes, it does. So no one is ever truly stuck, but there are definitely times when it feels like it. The Hanged Man shows up in a reading to remind us that if we hit the wall, sometimes the only way out is to go over and around instead of through. So creativity here with our Hanged Man is very important. How else can we get in communication, get in contact with the person that you feel so strongly about, in the love that you feel for that person, okay? If you're still figuring things out, that's one thing. Maybe that's why the Hangman's there, because it is about taking that time. But you may require that you stop banging your head against it long enough to figure out a completely different approach. But clearly, whatever you've been doing hasn't been working. Where in your life are you stuck? Try looking at the situation from a new angle or with a better attitude. You can do something to get yourself unstuck, or you can simply accept that you are stuck right now and see if there are any benefits to be had from simply hanging around for a little while. And there we have the Nine of Pentacles. And there she is, very satisfied, sitting under Milestone. All right, the Nine of Pentacles. And we know that, what are nines? Nines are all about independence, isolation, solitude. So if you're spending that time now, you know, just learning as much as you can, figuring out a way, being creative. How can you communicate with this person? How can you communicate with the family? What is it that you need to address? Luck is on your side. It's not going to be as bad as you think, I'm hearing. All right? So there is a certain satisfaction to be had in knowing that you have earned everything you have through your own efforts. So are you giving yourself enough credit? Are you pushing hard towards some goal, or are you giving yourself a chance to rest and recover? Have you spent so much time and energy focused on your endeavors, you've been ignoring people or things that are important? Family, maybe. I don't know. All right. So it is time to remedy that. It's time to make your move. It's time to move forward. The Three of Wands suggests the option. All right. We've got it on our table. We have luck on our side. So the how we are spirit is trust in your intuition, yourself. Trust that someone you might know can help you. all right, that someone here like is going of like-minded, might understand, might have been through a similar situation, might absolutely be able to guide you. You've got to trust in a forward motion. What you don't do is just hang about and do nothing, because it hasn't worked out for you before. It's now time to make that move. Okay, you are in a position of readiness to do so, and it will be successful for you. We have success on the table with our runes. It will be good for you. You've got to take that courage. You've got to pick up, and that, my friend, is your final message. So good luck to you. I definitely know with our wooden hearts, with everything I put on this table today, it is about the love, but more than anything, love yourself. Love your heart. Listen to where your heart is taking you. Have that courage at least. Thank you for joining Words of Wisdom.